Good morning, everyone. How you doing today? I hope you're all well. Today we're going to r/IDontworkherelady, where we have some Karens and Kyles who assume people work at a certain store, and because they assume they work at the store, they treat them badly, often to the detriment of the law. If you enjoy, like and subscribe, maybe leave a comment of a subreddit you want me to go into in the future. Now, let's get started. First day at the job. Here's your item. Obligated mobile. Yesterday was my first day of work for an auditor for stores. While I was training, I asked my boss how often does he get asked if he works at the stores. He replied with a lot and says, just tell him he will find an employee who does work there. Not even 2 minutes after asking, as I was scanning items from my actual job, I hear, "Excuse me, do you all have denture caps?" I didn't pay any heed because, well, I didn't think anything of it. Tap on the shoulder. "Excuse me, do you all have denture caps?" I turn around, older lady, long hair, and go, what? "Denture caps, do y'all have them?" My boss heard and came over and asked what she needed, and she repeated herself again. I just stared like, what the frick do I do? I love this part. He says, "Sure, I'll help," waves her over to him and points down an aisle. "There's an employee, ask them." Points at a shirt that clearly says our name. That's a complete different color from the employees. Ours is black, theirs is red, and says, "We don't work here. They will help you." I like my boss already. Woman slaps me, so manager asks her to leave, and I still got my cat food. New to posting, so sorry if I miss anything up from the context of this story, and I'm typing this on a phone. Me, 15 male, woman, maybe in her 40s. Edit, the story may be a bit easier to read. Well, that's good. Early in the day, I was sent to the store to grab some cat food for the strays across the street. There are way too many of them, and I don't want to come back for some time. So I decide to get a big bag. Maybe 10 pounds or so, and of course it's on the highest shelf. So me being me and not wanting to spend more time trying to find someone to help me, I just grab one of those big orange stair ladders further down from the cat food. I push it over to where I need to climb up and take the bag with me down, struggling just a bit, but nonetheless an easy task. Now I take the ladder back down to where it was, with the bag on it the whole time, and I start to walk away when I heard an "excuse me." Still walking, cause I don't think she's talking to me. When I hear loud running steps toward me, I turn around to a woman yelling in my face about how I was pretending not to hear and me was not funny, and you should help all customers even if you're busy. After she's done talking, I say, "I don't work here, lady," and turn back, walking to go pay for my cat food, when she grabs me on my shirt and yanks me towards her face and yells even louder than before. She yells at me, spitting in my face while she does. Now, I'm very panicked because I don't like interacting with people, even having an older woman yelling in my face about getting me fired at a job I don't even have. Now, she's making so much noise, a guy walks over and tells her to chill when she says, "I want him to apologize to me for such bad manners and such." But the great thing is, when I finally see who came to help me, I see my friend's dad, who came to help me. I didn't even know he worked here for as long as I've been coming in. I feel more calm knowing that I'm in good hands, but still frightened. And that's when I quickly grab her hand and move it off me. And as I turn to go around to say something, she slaps me. And that's when my friend's dad says to her, "That's it. I will not tolerate any of this in my store. I'm sorry, ma'am, but I will have to ask you to leave now." And trust me, when she hears him say that, she goes silent and grabs her shopping cart that she left somewhere when she first saw me and came over to me. Now she's quit caring about whatever she wanted before and just goes to pay for her stuff. When she's finally up there, the following happens. Ma'am, you have to leave. I'm sorry, but we will not be accepting any money for these, and we just want you out of the store. As that's all happening, I just go to a self-checkout, and I'm leaving the store when I hear what could only be described as a woman impersonating a tornado siren. Later on, the friend's dad says to me, anytime you need something, please get someone so this doesn't happen again. Well then. I don't work here, but here's your vodka. I'm not sure if this applies to the subreddit because the customer was not irrational or irate or anything. I was on the way back from a venue for an event, so I was dressed up in a semi-casual/formal attire. Button-ups, striped shirts, tucked into black shorts. We decided to stop at a liquor store to pick up a wine based on a recommendation made by the venue manager. And I was approached by a man who had just come from his construction job, reflective vest, steel-toed boots. Excuse me, oh, I apologize, I thought you worked here based on your broadly gestures to my outfit. Nope, sorry about that, I reply. Things are fine, we go our separate ways and I'm just browsing in the light beer section, which is also where the vodka coolers happen to be. I notice one that catches my eye called Social Light, which I've been meaning to try. This is not an ad, just for continuity purposes. I see the man in my peripherals beginning to look a bit stressed, looking down at his phone, and then up and down the different aisles, as if he was in a rush, but not finding what he was looking for. At this time, there were no actual employees anywhere near my section. I leave the aisle I was in and bump into the man, and after apologizing, asking what he was looking for. I'm looking for something called Social Light. Never had it before in my entire life, and was told to pick it up in a few packs. Oh, those are just down the aisle on the left. And I proceeded to show the man right to where the items he was looking for. I'll take my 2 minutes of employee in a lump sum, please. Oh, that's good, that's good. Karen doesn't understand how franchising works. In my late teens, I worked at a popular Canadian coffee and donut shop named for a former NHL player. I'll call it Trevor Linden's. There are many throughout my town, but I worked at one particular, near the waterfront. One day, I took my grandfather to the clinic for his weekly checkups. I didn't like waiting around the office, so I went down to the Trevor Linden's by there and got a coffee. And started reading a magazine waiting for his call, that he was done and ready to go back home. I was in no way wearing my uniform or anything similar to it, but one Karen knew me from my location and began trying to get my attention as apparently the line was too long and they were a bit backed up. When I looked up, she swept the table with her hand, knocking over my coffee and some papers I had spread out, and said, "Break's over." I said, "Frick you, witch." Though I probably wasn't as polite. I wasn't done with that. She said, "You work for Trevor Linden's, you've helped me before. Get off your lazy butt and help out here," and proceeded to give me her order. The manager and an employee came over and asked what was going on here. The employee began cleaning up my coffee from the floor, while Karen told the manager, "Your employee needs to be helping rather than sitting here, drinking coffee and reading." The manager said, "She doesn't work here. She can't help you with anything." To which Karen said, "Bullspit. She helps me all the time at the waterfront location." The manager said, "That's nice, but this is the downtown location. She doesn't work here." When the employee finished cleaning up, the manager told him to get me another coffee, and Karen blew up even more. "What the hell for? She should be working. She's a Trevor Linden's employee. She should be helping me. The manager said, yes, she may work at Trevor Linden's, but not this one. Right now, she's just a customer. If you can't be as civil, I will have to ask you to leave. Karen fumed but returned to her seat, and I thought it was over as the employee brought me another coffee. Side note, I have a pretty complicated coffee order, and I was impressed the employee got it right without asking me what it was. Maybe he found my receipt or order slip or something, but he got it correct the first time. I couldn't have done that without help. But it gets better. I was at my location a few days later when Karen came in and got in line. When she got to me, I recognized her, but slapped on my happy customer service face and said, "Welcome to Trevor Linden's, how may I help you?" She said, "Get me your manager." She was definitely out for blood. I continued smiling and said, "Sure thing," and went to the back and got him. He asked her what the problem was, and she said, "Your employee here wouldn't take my order and was disrespectful to me." My manager said, "Sure thing, what may I get for you?" Acting as if she had meant right here, right now. Karen said, "No, not here, at the downtown location a couple days ago." The manager said, "She doesn't work there. Why did you expect her to help you?" Karen said, "She's an employee of Trevor Linden's. It's her duty to help all customers at every Linden's location." My manager said, "That's another franchise. We may all be Trevor Linden's, but that's a different location. She has no responsibilities there. Now, is there something I can help get you here?" Karen snorted, turned on her heel, and marched out the doors. I was more than willing to help out and volunteer for that manager after that. And finally, our last story for the day. Fun little story while bowling. So I've listened to a lot of these stories on YouTube by so many great people, and now I have a fun little story of how I didn't work at the bowling alley. So, I was just bowling and sipping away on my Pepsi when a man who looked to be in his mid-30s walks up. The man casually says as he's looking at his phone that I must work here, and proceeds to ask his question before I could say I didn't work there. Once he was done asking for help, I had the opportunity to tell him I didn't work there. He looked so embarrassed and apologized right away, and I told him it was okay. I understand that we all dress similarly. He was so sweet when he realized I didn't work there though, and I told him that the front desk will gladly help him if he didn't want to walk up there. That there was a button on the little touch board that let you call the front desk, right from your lane. He thanked me and went on his way. It was a good day. I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, it helps the channel a lot. See you next time.